Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay notified of more epic GameFront content.
The sweet sound of Windows 95. Hello everyone, it's Danny here for GameFront.com, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit weird as usual with me. We're going to be playing the erstwhile Oregon Trail, and it's going to be the version 3 edition, which was like the Windows 95 version. So it's not quite like the old style MS-DOS kind of 8-bit graphics one. It's a little bit more souped up than that, if I can find it. There it is, MECC. Oh, it's not working. Do we have to install it? I don't think so. Come on. The drive's not accessible. Come on. Let me just quickly put the disc in. Hey, there we go. So let's run the Oregon Trail. So the reason that this is like, version 1.2, okay, 93 to 96, so I'm guessing this is kind of like Windows 3.11, Windows 95 era, and it's just one I remember playing. We played it in school in my day. It's like what they used to call edutainment, which is like partly educational, partly entertainment. Now, whether we're going to learn anything on this adventure across America, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the Oregon Trail. You're about to begin a great adventure traveling the Oregon Trail across the rugged landscape of North America. Your covered wagon, pulled by a team of oxen, will travel from Independence, Missouri, to the fertile Willamette. We're going to offend people Valley in the Oregon Territory. A journey of approximately 2,000 miles. Before you set off on the trail, you must register your name, the names of the members of your wagon party, and your occupation. After that, you'll need to buy supplies and make other important decisions. Good luck. Okay, cool. So, first things first. We need to create a wagon party. The first person is going to be me, Danny, and I am going to be... I'm always the doctor, because the doctor is super easy, because the doctor basically like gives you major like buffs for people not getting sick and stuff like that. It's basically the easy mode. The banker gives you like loads of money, and if you go for like a teacher or something, you're screwed. Now, if I pick doctor or especially doctor, but any of the high ones, I will effectively just rinse the game. It's not a challenge. I'm going to be a teacher because that makes for more entertaining video content for this here channel. Other party members who will be coming with me. Well, let's have James. Who else could we take along with us? We could take Mitch. That's a good idea. Zach. That's another good idea. And Mikey, because let's not leave Mikey out, shall we not? Okay. Let's not play that. You need to decide when to set off on the trail. If you leave too early, there won't be much grass for your oxen to eat. You may encounter some blah, blah, blah. So, basically, if you leave too early, you're going to face harsher weather. It's going to be difficult. But if you leave too late, then again, you might run into the winter, but later on, which may be even worse. And if you leave at just the right time, you will pretty much have favourable conditions. Now, I think leaving in March is reasonable enough, honestly. Because, I mean, there's going to be enough grass around in March, I think. Oxen. So we need to decide now what we're going to spend our money on. We don't have a lot of money because I've picked the worst character. So I've only got $400. So... I think you need at least 5 oxen, I would say. 4 for pulling and a spare for the one that inevitably drowns. Sex of clothing, I've never actually really found much use for that. Maybe it'll come in handy, we'll buy 2. Bullets are going to be really handy for me because we really need to be hunting for food. So I'm probably going to spend a bit of money on bullets. That's going to cost me $100. Sure, okay. I'll have one spare of each of these. And let's just spend... in fact, no, I like to have at least £1,000 of food on the wagon. You do tend to run through it pretty quickly. I'm now overdrawn with my bank manager, however, so we need to think about where do we make some sacrifices. Well, we can save $10 there. Let's buy 40 boxes of bullets. In fact, 40 is probably quite excessive. 40 boxes of bullets, 20 bullets a box. Yeah, well, it keeps the food going, doesn't it? And maybe let's just start off with £700 of food. That's better. Okay. Let's set off, my friends, on the Oregon Trail, starting at Independence, Missouri. We started down the trail with 5 oxen, 1 set of clothing, 800 bullets, 1 wagon wheel, 1 wagon axle, 1 wagon tongue, and 700 pounds of food. Off we go. Place your bets now, by the way, on who's going to die from, what do they call it? Dysentery first. Someone's going to die from dysentery. That's just inevitable in this game. Do love the old MIDI music that plays in the background there. Now, along the Oregon Trail, we will be faced with some decisions at various points. The first obstacle we're probably going to come across is a blizzard in March. Right, okay, so the first obstacle we're probably going to come across is this river, and we will be presented with some options, whether we want to try and float across, cork the wagon, risk it, wait for someone to help, those kinds of decisions. Occasionally you can take different paths along the trail, so you can take paths that are longer, but there's more provision stops along the way, or you can go quicker routes, but not many provisions, so if you get in trouble, you're done. Yeah, Kansas River crossing. Okay, so let's continue. You must cross the river to continue. The river at this point is currently 653 feet across and 9 foot deep in the middle. So we can attempt to ford the river, which is basically just to like YOLO it across and see how we get on. Cork it and float it. That tends to work on this first one, so that's probably going to be my choice. There is a ferry. I'll wait to see if conditions improve. Corking it is it's like any game. It's a bit of a dice roll, but a lot of it's going to be based on like how heavy the wagon is and stuff. The wagon weight is middling, so I think we're going to risk corking it. Corking it normally works fine on the first river, so fingers crossed we make it across. It's looking good, lovely. So it looks like we're coming across another river here. I'll cut out any of the just walking between bits because that's just going to be, you don't want to watch that. So now we're at the Blue River crossing, yeah, Blue River crossing. Let's just continue to see what the situation. Oh, I've decided, I've just haphazardly clicked there. I hope I clicked the right thing. I think I pressed cork and it worked, so thank goodness for that. Okay, let's continue on the trail. Yeah, I'll cut out any just big long rambling sort of walking across grass because that's just really boring. I'll only leave in the bits where stuff's actually happening. That's kind of the issue with this game. It just there's big long periods of nothingness, which I guess would be the case if you were crossing the Oregon Trail. I don't know. Well, we've arrived at Fort Kearney. I like the tune. So we've arrived at Fort Kearney. Now, when you're at the fort, you have the option to either continue, which will just carry on along the trail. But when you're at forts and things like that, it's a good opportunity to. Firstly, you can talk to people, so you can learn a little bit about the local area. So I'll play this one for you as a bit of an example.
The trails from the jumping-off places, Independence, St. Joseph, Council Bluffs, come together at Fort Kearney. This new fort was built by the U.S. Army to protect those bound for California and Oregon.
Fort Kearney. Not Fort Kearney. Apologies. Man who's dressed in a very very dapper suit there. So you can do that. You can actually opt to rest. I like to do a rest for a day or so because it reduces the chances of anyone getting sick and stuff like that. You do obviously use up rations while you do that, but it's worth doing in the long run. You can also do trades. So the way this works is you can say, I'm not going to trade because I don't really need anything at the moment, but say I wanted 25 trillion pounds of food. Someone will come back to you and say, sorry, but nobody here's got 200,450 pounds of food to spare because that's a ridiculous amount of food to request. So there's that. So little things you can do when you arrive at the forts and stuff like that. Some of them also are shops. So Fort Carney, for example, appears to have a shop, which seems to be run by Robert Powell, who was the guy who played Jesus of Nazareth. So why not? And also Mother Teresa, or I don't know actually. Actually, it looks like Theresa May. Yeah, just kind of knitting a scarf or something there in a rocking chair because reasons. This guy also seems to be selling a lot of medieval weaponry, along with shotguns and things of that nature. And also, I think he's got like a stack of video games at the back there. Oh, I don't know what all this colourful stuff is. Interesting. I'm sure that's like a bottle of Vanish washing up liquid or something. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, we don't need to buy anything, so we cancel that and continue along the trail. Another blizzard. We're now having blizzards at the end of March, going into April, so that makes perfect logical sense. Ooh, Mikey has broken a leg. It looks like Mikey's going to be the first to go, potentially, because a broken leg could lead to other kinds of serious, nasty illnesses. Hopefully he recovers. A broken wagon axle. Okay, we've only got one spare of wagon axles, and this is quite an early point in the game to be breaking a wagon axle, so let's go and try and fix it. Thank God for that. Okay, carry on. It's a risky one when you try and repair stuff rather than just replacing it outright, because the gamble is that it might not work. If it doesn't work, then you'll waste days and rations, basically not going anywhere. James Heaney has cholera. There's a statement I never thought I'd say on this channel. That'll be headlines on IGN later. Okay. Right. Jesus. So let's move on. We seem to be coming up now to a big spiky rock, chimney rock, because it looks like a chimney, I guess. So there you go. Let's get some information from the locals here. Hang on a minute, weren't you at the other place? Anyway, what have you got to say about Chimney Rock?
I hear terrible stories about wagon parties running out of food before Oregon. The whole party starving to death. We must check our supplies often. We might not get there as soon as we think. Always plan for the worst, I say.
Well, I like to try, but so far things seem to be going well. Although we've only got 160 pounds of food left because I've not been keeping an eye on it. So this would be a good time to segue into continuing and going into the hunting game. So hunting is where you basically hunt for animals. Some of them move really fast, some of them move really slow. And none of them are hittable by me. You glitched out of the way my bullet there, and you know it. All my days. You can move around to different angles, try and find different types of animals, or just make it easier on yourself. Although I'm having no fun here at all. Oh, come on. This is just... Oh, yes, that'll do. I don't like killing animals in real life, but it's a game, and it's how it was back in those days. There's no point in wasting bullets on too many, so 2 of these would do us, because there's only so much meat you can carry back to the wagon. So, let's see if we can get one more. Oh, hello, you just stopped nicely for me there. Perfect. End hunting. 44 pounds of meat. Is that all? Whatever. Anyway, carry on. That'll keep us going for a little while. I think we'll probably... That's probably a good thing I did that, because I've just lost 4 pounds of food due to spoilage. Because reasons. Yeah, this is like the 1995 version of Red Dead Redemption. Zach has cholera. Sorry, Zach. Between yourself and James, it's not going well. And Mikey's got his broken leg. So it's just me and Mitch just carrying this at the moment. Yeah. Many people ask what happened to Mitch. And the answer to Mitch is he's doing very well. He's at IGN. And you should probably check him out there. James is well as well, and you can check him out here, as well as on The Real James Heaney, and as well as on his fabulous new podcast, Alchemy This. Heavy Fog, Lose One Day. As for Zach, well, I've been in touch with Zach, and he's doing bits and bobs and stuff like that. He may pop up at some point in the future. I don't know. I can't promise that for certain. It depends on his schedule and things like that. But never say never. So there you go. Blizzard again. On the 9th of April, 1848, there was a blizzard, allegedly. Crack on. This is why we got 5 ox instead of 4, because this ox, who's clearly like down in a blizzard in the middle of April, and there's going to be a lot of comments from people saying it's perfectly possible to have blizzards in April in this part of the world, probably. But anyway, wow, that looks really sinister. It looks like he's about to take him out. Whew, right. Well, we don't have a lot of food left. Fort Laramie, I think. Let's just get the local knowledge.
The Pawnee are the mortal enemies of the Sioux. I would not hesitate to kill any Pawnee I met, but I have never killed a white man. All I ask from the white man is to leave me alone, and to leave my buffalo alone.
So this is kind of like a serious issue, and this is why it's an edutainment game, because it's kind of teaching you about what the different cultures were experiencing at that point in time in American history. Obviously, the whole issue with Native Americans and how there was lots of different frictions going on there. So yeah, it's interesting. You can potentially learn something from this game. You can also die relentlessly from cholera, but there's a shop here, and I think there's not too many more shops going forward from this point onwards, so it's probably a good point to see if we can buy some food. What would be $40 worth? Okay, so we could probably get about 200. No, 150. Close 100. Let's get £100 of food. Seems reasonable. Yeah, cool. So let's continue. We might need to. I need to keep I need to keep an eye on the food levels, because they are running out quicker than I'm used to. Because again, I always play the doctor. I have loads of money. I just buy like £500 of food, and it just gets me halfway along the trail. We're not doing too bad actually. We're probably about a quarter of the way through the Oregon Trail now. It does get a lot harder, especially towards the end. But yeah, we're doing okay. There's going to be like a big gap now between this point and the next one. Good news though for Zachary, he is now very much well again, so good news there. Now Mitch is sick with typhoid fever. Poor Mitchell Saltzman. What can we do? Not a lot really, let's just carry on. Guide. We have a guide. I've never seen this before. Various types of disease are common threats on the trail. This is just telling me what diseases are. That's fine. Let's carry on. Mikey has recovered from his broken leg. It's only taken him like half the journey to do that, but whatever, it's not like he's been a dead weight. And the second Mikey repairs his broken leg, Mitch goes and breaks his, and that's while he's suffering from some other disease. So it's looking quite likely now, based on how the game sort of works with odds and stuff, that like Mitch is probably going to be the first one to bow out here, which is a tragedy, frankly. But we're at Independence Rock, and I think it's a good time to heed my own advice. And I've not been paying attention to the amount of food left, because everyone is now dying. Have we got anything we can buy? No, right, so this is an emergency, because I can't hunt here, I don't think, because it's a landmark, so I need to trade. I'm going to trade in... what can I trade? Well, I need to make enough. What do I need? I need at least 50 pounds of food quickly. 200 bullets. That's a rip-off, but I've got no choice. Right, we're going to have to rest for 1 day, which is probably going to just, wreck all of the food supplies. And now we're going to have to continue. But at least that's kind of taking the edge off. Now we need to do some hunting. And we really need a big haul now, because I really dropped the ball on this. Yeah. Not going for squirrels. If you hang around long enough, you might get like a big lumbering buffalo, and that's what we want, because you'll just get the entire haul in one shot then. Although, that'll do. That'll do. See if we can get one or two more. I think we carried a little bit too little last time. You can do a bit better than that. There we go. And the aim of this game is obviously to try and use as few bullets as you can. So if you're not confident you're going to make a shot, one good thing about it is the animals with a river there will generally, and I didn't even press fire on my trigger there. What the hell is wrong with me? If they're running towards a river, they'll turn around and run back, so you could kind of wait for them. But I screwed that up, so whatever. Oh. There you go. I shot more than we needed, so I only used 2 bullets, so that'll do. Got plenty of food left now. Okay, what are we doing on rations? I think we're on filling rations, yeah. The reason for that is because the better rations you give, and heavy fog, lose 1 day, sure. So the more rations you have and the slower pace you take, the less likely you are to gain illnesses and things like that. However, if you do go quickly and you reduce your rations, then you can cover more ground and use less resources, but then you're more likely to catch cholera and whatever else this game has to throw at you. So it's kind of like a balancing game, really, and I've just kind of been middling it at the moment. But I've kind of... Ooh, Zach had a snake in his boot. That's not a good thing. Yeah, I've kind of just middle of the roaded it. Been doing it down the middle. We're running out of food again. Let's do another hunting session. Hunting is going to be something I need to do a lot of, I think. Oh, that was unlucky. No, don't go for rabbits. You'll notice that all parts of America look exactly the same, including the rivers and everything like that. All the landscape's the same. You're shooting squirrels, you're not going to catch a squirrel. Wow, like, you're fast. Oh my days, that was good. You're fast as well. Ooh, and you're turning around randomly to try and throw me off, aren't you? Whatever. 49 pounds of meat. Right, well, let's keep going for a few days. And this is not the time to be losing £11 due to spoilage. And the day because I took the wrong trail. Right. So all that hunting I just did was for nothing, basically. And now we're in a rainstorm and I can't hunt at all. So, yeah, this is going well. Ooh, we've arrived at the South Pass. Let's get the lowdown on the South Pass from Abraham Lincoln.
My family and I traveled with 40 other families to the valley of the Great Salt Lake to seek religious freedom. Back east, Mormons are persecuted. In Utah, we'll join together to build a new community, changing desert into farmland.
Again, very educational. Good. I don't really have a lot to trade, I don't think. So let's try and get £200 of food. There is a glitch. If you keep requesting the same thing over and over again, eventually someone will be, oh my god, it's Dutch Vanderland. Are you on your way to Tahiti? And if you are on your way to Tahiti, would you take me with you? Sure, I'll trade you £200 of food for 4 oxen. I don't think so, Dutch Vanderland. You're not going to get far with 4 oxen if you're trying to get to Tahiti. No, I don't think so. Let's try that again. Maybe £200 of food is probably a bit much. Let's try £100 of food. 290 bullets. How many bullets have I got left? I think that's 582. Sure. I think I've overbought on bullets really, because I'm not using that many. So that was a good deal. Let's rest for a day. James Heaney now has typhoid fever, so excellent. We can check the status of everyone because I can't remember who's got what now. So I'm well, and Mikey is currently okay. James has typhoid. Mitch has a broken leg. Zach has snake bite. Yeah, so it's not looking great for the classic trio there. Right, this is one of those points where we need to decide which way we're going to go. Fort Bridger to buy supplies, or we can take the quick route to the Green River Crossing. Now, I don't have any money, so I don't need to buy supplies. So I'm going to take the quick route and hope for the best. So the quick route will go like down the bottom, I assume, to where the square is. And then up from there? I'm not sure. It's not exactly Google Maps, this, is it? But, oh no, we're going through the triangles then, I guess. Which will be the which will be the quicker way. Yeah, that makes sense. Zacky's well again. Good stuff. Let's crack on. Zach, just after recovering from his previous illness, instantly contracted measles because, I don't know, they're just a magnet for illnesses, these three. Right, let's let's hunt for let's hunt because we're running low on rations again. Ooh, hello, two of you. That'll do. That'll be plenty of food. £766, but you can only carry back 200 because going back and forth is not something that exists in this universe, apparently. Anyway. We're coming up to another river, which is part of this shortcut. It's going to be a much trickier river than the previous ones. James is well again. Good stuff. It's a much trickier river than the other two that we've crossed so far, and I think it's a lot deeper. Corking it is just asking for trouble. There's no way you can ford it. You pretty much have no choice but to either waste time just hoping that it improves, or I believe there's a ferry that you can use. Now we've got a broken wagon axle. Do you want to spend a day trying to fix it? Yes. While I've only got one spare, yes. Damn it. So I've lost time and I've had to replace it anyway. So there we go. Good news is though, Mitch is well again. So yay. I'm quite chuffed actually that I've got this far on what is the hardest difficulty setting basically, and I've not killed anybody yet. I've took the wrong trail and lost 4 days. Whoopsies. Zacky's well again. Good stuff. Right, so we're getting there. Yeah, so I've managed not to kill anybody yet, so that's an achievement. Oh my god, this is where it starts just like proper piling on drama, doesn't it? Heavy fog, loss of food. Let's go for another hunting session because we're running out of food there. Oh, I should have gone for that. Oh, that was a buffalo. Damn, stay still. Clicking around the screens isn't going to do me any favours. Let's have you. I'm not going to get another buffalo, am I? Should have just had that. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure a buffalo is more than you can carry anyway. I'm not. Oh, there we go. Let's shoot one of these anyway. That should be more than enough for us. Yep, cool. Right, carry on. Oh, I don't have any more spare axles, so I don't have a lot of choice. Thank God for that. No water is bad, for obvious reasons. For both people, such as Zach, who now has fever, and also for the oxen, because they get thirsty and stuff as well. So it's all starting to go wrong. No grass for the oxen, no water for anyone. But we've arrived at the Green River Crossing. Let's take a day out. Recover for a little. Now we're going to have to try and ford the river. Let's hear from the locals though.
When wagons first started coming through here, we did not mind. We even found it good to trade game and fish with the travelers and help them cross the rivers. Now there are too many white men and too little land for grazing.
So, let's continue across the river. Now, yeah, so here's what we've got. The river is 400 foot across. It's 40 foot deep in the middle. You can attempt to ford the river, which is a ridiculous thing to do because you're not going to ford a 400 foot river that's 40 foot deep in the middle. You can cork and float it, but at this stage on this river, with the currents and things, I'm pretty sure that is a dicey roll at best, if you pardon the pun. You can take a ferry across. Now, that's the safest bet, but it is going to waste time and money. Or you can wait to see if conditions improve. Now, do I just YOLO this, or do I take a ferry across? It depends how much you guys care about me getting to the end of the Oregon Trail. No, I feel like I have to play properly. So I'm going to have to spend 3 days and try and get a ferry to take me across. The good thing about the ferry is pretty much guaranteed to work. I don't think the ferry just sinks. The ferry just sinks. The ferry sinks out of nowhere. The ferry broke loose from the moorings. I lost 2 of my oxen, 1 set of clothing, 55 bullets, my only spare wagon wheel, and Mikey is dead. I've never seen that happen before, but okay, sure. The good thing is, and, you know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I'm so sorry, Mikey. I'm sad. James is sad. Mitch is sad. The dog is sad. These 3 women who come out of nowhere are completely sad. It's a tragedy for all. But, you know, life goes on. So let's continue on now with our completely wrecked wagon. 1 man down. Yeah, that was diabolical. That was the worst shortcut I've ever taken. That's never happened before. That's sod's law, that is. Normally, if you take the ferry, you're good. But somehow the ferry broke away from its moorings. I mean, come on. Bad water, bad water, bad water. Zach has recovered, so that's good. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm gutted. I just don't understand. I just don't understand anymore. I'm hoping the rest of this journey proves uneventful. It's not going to prove uneventful. We're probably about, what, halfway? A little over halfway? Ooh, wild fruit, good stuff. Speaking of food, I think we need to hunt. Yeah, we're a little over halfway, and we've already lost 1 person, and the odds of things improving for us seem slim. Because the game, obviously, like any good game, gets harder the further you carry on. That's a lot of food I just shot for no reason. So anyway, let's carry on down the trail. Mitch now has dysentery, so again, it's going well. Losing a day for fog in the middle of June. Computer, what are you doing to me? What is that? No water. Okay. There seems to be some guy further up the road in a sombrero or something. And he's what? So he's just getting water out of a lake. I've never seen that before. Maybe I must have seen that before. I've played this game enough times. I don't know. What's going on there? No grass for the oxen. Great. I'm sure one of my oxen was sick. Have I still got 5 or have I only got 4? I've only got 3 oxen. 2 of them died apparently. I don't know what's gone on there. No wonder we aren't going as fast. The more oxen you have on the front of your wagon, the quicker you actually move. The only problem is I really can't afford to buy any more oxen anymore. Obviously, if you completely run out of oxen, you're pretty much done. Why is it saying continue? Mitch is dead. Right. Should have been the doctor. When you're the doctor, this doesn't really happen. And when I say the doctor, I don't mean Doctor Who. I mean, like, a doctor. And so Mitch has died, Mikey's died. So it's only me, James, and Zach left now. Let's hope and pray. In fact, you know what? We're gonna have to try and move the pace up a little later, I feel, because we are not going to survive at this rate. If we carry on at the rate we are, we need to try and make some ground. Let's see if the guy with the Soda Springs. I have been here before, of course. Let's get some knowledge from Dutch Vanderland again.
I've heard it said that there are many
I've got a plan, Arthur.
to shorten the journey. That by taking all the shortcuts, you can save many days on the trail. And why not? Saving time and provisions is worth the risk.
You do have a plan. He's got a plan. He just needs money. Okay, so let's what do we need? I've got enough food at the moment. Health is okay. Status. Everyone's fair apart from Mitch and Mikey, who are dead. So the M's are dead. I think we're just going to have to crack on. I don't think there's much else we can do there. Wow, we went turbo there for a second. Lost a bit of food there due to spoilage. That's a shame. We are making some pretty decent progress though. I think if we can survive and we can get to the last 3 red markers at the top left of the map, I think we'll make it. Now, due to the dire situation that we're in, I think when I get to this next fort here, Fort Hall, where there is a shop, just double check how much money I have got. I've got $5. What can I buy for $5? I've got no wagon wheels or wagon tongues, but they're $20 each, so that's no good to me. I can't buy anything really. I can buy a box of bullets or food. I don't need any boxes of bullets. I don't really need any food. Because I've got plenty of bullets left. Let's just find out what Fort Hall is about from, again, our friend who clearly, running away from the Pinkertons as he is, travels around quite a lot.
Well,
Dutch Vanderland.
This is where we part. I'm bound for California with an imposing desert to cross. And you've got the Snake River to cross, which I hear is no picnic. Write us, you or the missus, just as soon as you reach Oregon.
I didn't know I had a missus, but which one of these is going to be my missus? I don't know. Anyway, let's just continue. I thought there was going to be a choice there. Oh no, it's probably going to be the next landmark. Might be the choice of where to go. Maybe not. Do you have to just go this route? I'm sure there was another choice. I don't really feel like deflecting downwards to go upwards again though, but what can we do? Right, running low on food again. So let's try and get a good haul. Buffalo, that'll do. Cool. That should be enough. Yeah, so 1 buffalo is just enough. And that's good, because we don't want to waste bullets. Effectively, as long as we're in an area with like plenty of game, as long as I've got plenty of bullets, we're good on food. As long as it doesn't keep going rotten. Anyway, let's continue. So the good news is Zaki appears to be well again, so that's good news. Let's continue along the trail. Bad water again. A hailstorm damaged the wagon. Repairs took 1 day. I've never seen that one before. A hailstorm in July. And where's this horse come from, mate? Anyway, let's move on. Oh, we're down to our last 2 ox, which is not good. Possibly should have got some more ox, but I think we might need to turn the pace down a little. Oh, I don't know, it's a bit of a gamble at this point. If I turn the pace down, then let's just get to the next checkpoint and see where we can go from there. It's just difficult because it doesn't. Not another wagon axle. Thank God. Okay, status. Everyone is really ill. And we've still got 3 oxen, it's just one is sick, so hopefully it doesn't die. That's the best we can hope for. Coming up to that river crossing, which I've been told is not a good river crossing to be trying to cross. So let's just hope for the best when we get there. Lost a bit of food and only got £98 left now, so I'm going to have to go hunting. There are other scenes, it's just we've not actually seen any, I don't think, have we? It's just been the same one every time. Sometimes you get like a desert type scene, different types of animals as well. But nope, seems it's just here. I think that should be... Oh. That should be enough. Yep, cool. Let's carry on. Lose £26 due to spoilage. Not too big of a drama. We've still got 263 left. We've got plenty of bullets. So as long as we don't run into like dodgy terrain and we can't hunt, we should be fine. Keeping it a filling ration because it's going to help keep everyone's health going as best as I can. Okay, Snake River crossing. Let's find out what the deal is from the locals.
It says right here in the Shively guidebook, you must hire an Indian to pilot you at the crossings of the Snake River, it being dangerous, if not perfectly understood. But my husband insists on crossing without a guide.
So that's a pretty stern warning there, and one I think we should heed, because the chances of me getting across this river without hiring help are quite slim. However, it didn't exactly go well for us last time, and I don't know if I have enough money. Exchange for 3 sets of clothing. You don't have 3 sets of clothing, so now he's lowering his price. We can't hire the Indian because I don't have enough money. That's an issue I've never come across before. Okay, so it looks like I have 2 choices. I can either try and trade for 2 pieces of clothing, which I can then trade for the help of the Indian, or I can just try and cork the wagon and hope for the best, which I know is probably going to just kill everybody. I don't really want to trade food. I don't really want to... Right. What? They don't have 2 sets of clothing. Really? No, for £217 of food, I can't do that. Oh, this was the glitch I mentioned earlier. You can just keep asking over and over again. Just hope somebody comes up with a decent offer for 1 ox. Oh, choices. So do we sacrifice? And can I give you the sick ox? Or does it have to be one of the healthy ones? Oh. 2 sets of clothing for an ox? I mean, come on. I don't want to do that. £183 of food. You know what? I'll take that because I'll hunt some back. It's not great. But yeah, okay. Now we've got a guide to help us across the river. That wasn't the best of deals, but it was better than none. And we've drowned anyway. Oh, James is dead. James drowned. James Vivian Heaney, you are, what can I say, you are the expert of expert gamers. You were a gentleman, a scholar. A tragic loss to us all. R.I.P. But life moves on. So, we now only have myself and Zach. And the chances of us making it out alive now are quite slim because we've still got quite a lot of ground to cover. I don't have any food left, I better hunt. Same issue again. Same place. Come on, give me something good. Damn it. That'll do. One more. Come on. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. That'll do. Good. Right, carry on. So we're coming up to our next landmark, which is Fort Boassie? Ted DiBiase? I don't know. Anyway, we're only 58 miles away, kilometres away from Fort Ted DiBiase. We travelled 1,515 kilometres so far. No grass for the oxen. Yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to keep on at this pace, but I don't feel like slowing down is going to do me any favours either. It's almost like a gun for the home stretch at this point. I don't know what my strategy is going to be when we get to Fort Ted DiBiase. I don't know if I want to... I've got no money. I suppose the only saving virtue of this trip is I've had plenty of bullets, which has kept us all fed. Probably the best decision I've made, I think. Probably more bullets than I really need. Let's find out what the lowdown is for Fort Ted DiBiase from Abraham Lincoln again.
You'll not get your wagon over them Blue Mountains, mister. Leave it. Cross your goods over with pack animals. Get yourself a couple of good mules. Pieces of the wagons litter the trail, left by them folks who don't heed good advice.
I don't know if that's a gameplay option, is it? Seems like that, I guess. I don't remember that being a thing. I'm sure you just go with your wagon, don't you? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we got like a big long stretch now between here and what is the final 3 checkpoints along the route, Badwater. Oh damn it! There's only me and Zach left. Although somehow there's 3 people in the picture. But yeah, Zach's broken a leg. Yeah. So we've got quite a long way to go before we get to the last 3 checkpoints, which is the home stretch, as I like to call it. One of them has a unique gameplay element, which is basically a 50-50 chance of whether you survive to the end or not. So through all your efforts and strategies and everything else, you can get to the very end game. And just whether you survive or not, well, it's just all in the hands of the gods. But yeah, let's just... Oh, we need more food. Let's do another hunting game. Oh, there we go. Different scenery for a change. Ooh, that's a bear. I don't think I've seen a bear before. They should provide plenty of meat, I imagine. Yeah, that'll do. I'm pretty bob on, actually. Good. Right, let's crack on. It's like, as soon as I hunt and get some food, some of it goes off for some reason. And I don't know why. What time of year is it? It's currently August. One option could be to rest for a while, to try and heal up. Because both health of me and Zach is pretty poor at the moment. Rough trail, that probably doesn't help. But if we rest, we waste time. Do we come across worse obstacles? I don't know. Seems to be coming up to some mountains and trees, so that's nice. What? I didn't know Zach had cholera. I thought he just broke a leg. Or did he have cholera and a broken leg? Oh dear. Okay, Zach's died of cholera. So, I'm on my own. This is bad news, because my health is pretty dire. It seems unlikely that I'm going to make it if I don't take some days out to try and heal. So I'm going to take 5 days rest. The good news is that food will now be reduced at a lesser rate. The bad news is, if I die, we all die. We're done. It's finished. The end of the video. Some may say that is a mercy. I don't know. Bad water. 15 pounds of spoilage again. Okay, at least the health has come up to vice poor again, so that lasted all of 5 minutes. And now broken a wagon axle. Yes, please. I fixed it. Thank God for that. Let's crack on. Yes, I am suffering from exhaustion. This video's taking it out of me. Okay, let's rest for another 5 days, try and heal up again. We were just bordering unfair, so another 5 days should give us a bit of leeway. I'm going to have to continue the pace. I'm going to keep the rations as filling because I've got plenty of food for me. But, oh my days, 7 days. It's getting tense now, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting tense. But I've recovered, so that's good. I probably could have saved everyone actually if I'd actually bothered to give people some rest days. But, you know, it's only so many minutes I can drag this video on. Yeah, so we're not too far from the end. It's going to look pretty bad if I'm the only one who survives this. It already looks bad. This entire game is bad. This video is bad. Everything about this is bad. Anyway, we're now at the Grand Ronde, or the Grande Ronde, in the Blue Mountains. I don't know if they're rocks or sleeping bears. Let's find out from the locals. I don't know who he is. Wow.
Since crossing the Snake at Fort Boise, it's been just mountains and desert. Dust deeper each day. 6 inches at times. No tracks, just clouds of dust. Many cattle choked on the dust after swimming the river, then bled and died.
Well, that's grim. Thank you for that information. What do we want to find out about the local area? I don't know. No point in trading. Nothing really I need. Just going to have to continue and hope for the best. So, no, I don't want to head to Fort Waller. No. Let's take the shortcut, thank you. Does that mean we're going to head over to the left rather than going straight up? Yes, it does. Excellent. So I think we're going to head for that triangle there, which is pretty much actually going to take us to the end game if I can make it. Hope for the best. If I make this, I'll be pretty chuffed actually, because it's been a pretty gruesome game this, to be honest. Bad water. Yeah, the rivers have not been kind to us. The weather has certainly not been kind to us, being as it's like snowing and hailing in the middle of like summer. More bad water. Just fate in general hasn't been kind to like Zach, Mitch, James or Mikey. So yeah, it looks like if I can make it to the end, it's an achievement of some kind. Running a little bit low on food, so I'm gonna try and that should actually keep us going. Oh, lag! Come on. Oh. There's no point in trying to go for the rabbits. I'll never get rabbits. Or squirrels, and they're very low yield. You just waste bullets on them. They're just there to tempt you. That'll do. No! Damn. The mouse sensitivity when you're using Windows 95 at 640 by 480 resolution is not the best. That'll do. Yep, cool. I can carry less weight back to the thingy now, it seems, because I'm on my own. £100 per person, I suppose. No water. Lovely. My health is still fair, at least. No grass for the oxen. Hopefully we can make it to the end game with just one oxen, if one dies. How many oxen have we got? We've still got 3, actually, so we're good on the oxen front. My health has just gone down to poor again, though, so... Damn it. Hopefully, if I do catch some kind of disease, I don't die from it before I can get to the end. but we're just going to have to go straight for the end now. Ah, that's ironic. I was just talking about that. Okay, well, I think we can manage on 2. But we're going really slow. It's going to be, given this is a fast pace. If you got like 6 oxen and you got it on fast pace, you're like proper rapidly across the map. But now I have dysentery. This game is just going to kill me before the end, isn't it? It's determined. I might need to make a judgment call here. I have dysentery, but my health is fair. And I'm probably just going to die randomly out of nowhere. Explain that to me. We've made it to the Dales. Let's find out from the locals.
These last 100 miles to the Willamette Valley are the roughest. Either rafting down the swift and turbulent Columbia River or driving your wagon over the steep Cascade Mountains. Hire an Indian guide if you take the river.
And that is basically what I'm saying about the end game. So basically, this is the end game. You've got 2 choices. You can take the Barlow Toll Road, which is longer. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to survive it. Or you can raft down the river, which basically will complete the game if you succeed. But if you drown, you drown. I always go with the river option, and it's always been successful, but again, that's when I've been doing it on easy. So, I've never done the Barlow Toll Road, and I don't know if I'd survive the Barlow Toll Road. I think you'll be pretty disappointed if I chose the Barlow Toll Road, because that would be the Wimps option, and it wouldn't be very exciting. It's going to be more of what we've already done. So I'm going to raft down the river. I'm going to pray that I survive this minigame. Now, a lot of it's on me. I have to make sure I don't hit any rocks. And given the width of the river, that doesn't seem to be too much of an issue so far, but it does get harder as we go on. So let's just try and not to hit any rocks. Ooh, that's bad. There we go. Oh, no. Don't be silly, mouse. We're near the end. I could have made this. I may have made this. Have I made this? I made it down the river. Congratulations! I have reached the Willamette Valley. I made it to Oregon. I successfully completed the Oregon Trail on the hardest difficulty, and all it took was basically killing 4 oxen, James Heaney, Mitchell Saltzman, Zach, and Mikey. So, yeah, success. Right, so that was the Oregon Trail for Windows 95, and I'm sure you all regret that. We'll round off this video by just getting our final score. Score is based on what I had left at the end. 1,648. And do I want to save my trail journal? Yes, because it's been emotional. So we'll just call this. We'll call this the day. GameFront lost all its subs. .txt, and yeah, am I on the board? I am on the board, so not too bad actually. Not even actually, it's probably one of my better runs actually. Yeah, so that was the Oregon Trail. Thank you very much for watching this video. We will end with the traditional ta-da, and it is now safe to end your video.